This is UncleTboxing. You guys have done it. You brought Lomachenko to the city of London. What's the chances you give Luke Campbell against the so-called pound-for-pound fighter in the world?
Well, I think first of all, the fact that Vasily Lomachenko is fighting in the capital in London is just a special attraction that I think everybody should turn out for and tune into. He's a phenomenon. Long been a massive admirer myself. We were there on his professional debut, but well before that in the amateur ranks. He's, as I say, he's a one-off. I think he's the great fighter at the moment. Maybe will become the greatest fighter of his generation and be right up there with the likes of your Floyd Mayweather's. I think he's that good. I think he's a ring genius. I think I really love watching him, and I can't wait. What chance do I give Luke Campbell? Listen, Luke Campbell's a very, very good fighter. He was a brilliant amateur himself. Both of them won Olympic gold. You don't give Olympic golds away, and he had to battle his way through there, Luke. He's been winning the Europeans, silver in the Worlds. He was a fantastic amateur himself. I just think Vasily Lomachenko was an exceptional amateur, and I think he's becoming an exceptional pro as well. Three-weight world champion in 14 fights is incredible. Luke hasn't quite made it as a pro, or certainly the levels that I thought he would. I still think he could become a world champion. Will he become world champion August 31st? It's a very, very hard ask. He's got ability, he's got technique, and he can certainly push and give Lomachenko plenty to think about and be very competitive. But I find it hard to see him winning it. I think his reputation will be enhanced by it. Never say never, but it would be one of the big upsets, I think, if he can put it off.
How would you rate that in terms of an upset compared to everything we've witnessed in history?
Well, we had a massive upset a few weeks ago, didn't we, in the Garden? I mean, that was pretty dramatic. Of course, Buster Douglas beating Tyson, and maybe sort of Lewis coming a cropper against Oliver McCall. There's been a few others, but you've got to say that Ruiz beating Anthony Joshua, with the fact that nearly everybody wrote him off outside of his team, was pretty huge. This is a different type of fight. It's two very technical fighters. One who I think is a superstar and the elite, another who I think is a very, very good fighter who should become a world champion as a pro. So it's a different sort of one. He's on home soil. Will it be one of the biggest upsets of all time if Luke Campbell wins? Of course it will be. It'll be right up there with the sort of Currys and Hunnigans, with the Randolph Turpin and Ray Robinson. Of course it will, because Lomachenko is such a superstar. But he has lost once before. Wasn't his second fight. Was for a world title. Was pretty hard asked that in his second fight. But yeah, it'll be a massive upset if Luke wins. But we wish him well. He's in a good place. He's got a great team around him, and he's a very good fighter in his own right. So good luck to him. But I think you've got to think that all the stars have got to align for Luke to win this one.
And lastly, what could we expect from Sky Sports for this beginning of the new season? Because it seems like I'm just having a feeling there's been a step up in the qualities. Could you just tell me a little bit more?
Oh, we've got lots to look forward to. We've got a big show coming from Dallas this weekend. We've got a fantastic JD Next Gen the week after in Liverpool, which is a terrific bill. We've got a big bill from Mexico coming back end of August. We've got this August 31st. September's going to be very interesting. Eddie and I have talked about some big fights that are happening. We've got some huge plans coming up, and obviously it will culminate with AJ Ruiz's rematch at the back end of the year. So plenty to look forward to.
What's happening in Dallas?
Dallas, we've got Maurice Hooker this weekend. Okay. Looking forward to that. And we've got plenty on that card. Tevin Farmer, it's a good card. And then we've got loads coming up. So not a lot we can announce yet, but lots coming up.
You just reminded me, Dallas, the super light heavyweights, super lightweight. Sorry. Maurice Hooker fighting against Ramirez.
It's a good fight.
Unification. What's the chances of him coming out with all the belts, with the two belts, becoming victorious?
Yeah, possibly. I think he's a good fighter. I'm not sure if he's a great fighter yet.
Yeah.
I think there's still a way to go with him, but he's exciting. We love watching him, and we can't wait for the weekend.
There are talks of him, Eddie Hearn signing Mikey Garcia.
Mikey Garcia is one of my favourite fighters. I was a bit gutted about the Errol Spence fight because I never thought at that weight was his. He was always going to be tough for Mikey, but Mikey's a great fighter. Love watching him. It sort of reminds me a little bit of what Barrera and Morales used to do in a ring. So I love Mikey Garcia, and I hope we get him on Sky.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Cheers. No problem at all.